Why, hello there. Let's get everything fired up here. Forgot that. That's not good. Need tunage. Need the correct output device. There we go. All right. So, oh crap. You know what else I should do? I'll do it later. All right. And let me make sure. That's good. All right. So, let's figure out what I did wrong with my maths here. This will need to move, but for a starting point, it can be in here. I thought this was broken. It now appears to be perfect. Ah. So this doesn't resize when we resize the window. That's a problem. But we can probably fix that, eh? Layout constraints. Window size change. Where is the... Getting a lot of stuff about responsive design. Not... In this case, they have a notification listener. Layout builder. So it should be resizing. Unless... Well, we could test that theory. We can do that. So we built once, and then if I... Okay, so it is rebuilding. It's just not changing that. Okay, interesting. This is in an expanded. Well, no, that can't be it either. What if I do... Let's print that. Oh, this only gets run if Mac... Okay, that's why. It's not resizing. Because of that. So we probably need that whole thing to actually come out of that if statement. And then everything resizes correctly. But... we need to figure out how we're going to... Okay, so it's good that we... This is working as expected. So I didn't mess something up. It must have been a hot reload issue. So that's cool. And that's good progress. I got to figure out how I want to do this to make these guys change, though. And I suspect... Because we don't want to do the ratio like they were doing, I don't think. Because we have this lovely flex. I wonder... if we pull this out... and do... like a... a function here. I think we have to do this on... This still needs to come down here. I think we need to still do this on build every time to know our max. What if we put... what is the, where do we use? There's a thing to run a thing after everything else is initialized. Actually, you know what? No, because anytime this whole thing gets built, we do need to set all of this. So we have to do that as well. Otherwise, this would break. When we change something. Oh yeah, you should be lower camo. Oop. The thing we gotta do is wrap these drag handles in a dealio here. I might look for a better icon for these two, but I wonder if we can get away with what was the I wonder if we can just adjust the flex. Back to looking at that one dude's article real quick here. The gesture detector is what it was. We do that. We do that. We would do that, and then we would say on pan update. Drag update details. That's fine. We do have to do a set state for this. But in this case, I think, so they did ratio. And they use delta dx offset. Can we get away? So this is the first one. They divided by max width, but they added to the ratio. Can we get away with saying we add delta dx to left width? And I don't know. If this is completely borked or not. Those don't seem very clickable. Do I have to rebuild? That's certainly not doing things. Let's take a look at widget mode. That's the transform. Sized box is there. So why don't you... Okay. Is it just something in the UI isn't correct? Oh, okay, so it is firing drags. Oh, because I did left width. Okay, right, yeah. That gets overwritten immediately. It's because I'm setting the wrong thing. I need this to be... I need this to be the flex, I think. This shouldn't be late. This should just be... This should just be that. And then we'll do... that. Can't be accessed in initializer. I can't do that either. I would need to do this, that, and then that. And that would be okay. But then in my set state in here, this left flex, center flex, and then actually I don't need to do that. I just need to change my flexes. Theory. Ooh. Not been initialized. Do I need to rebuild? Okay. Oh, it's because we need to change that to that as well to use the instance. Okay. That broke everything. Let me rebuild. There we go. Oh, okay. Well, it moved. Not quite what I wanted, but it moved. Let's try that again. Okay, it moves really fast. And I wonder if that is... because we need to make it like a percentage of the screen type of deal. Okay. Not quite what I need, but close. Much better anyway. And I think... because you should be nomming this side, not the whole... not pushing the whole thing out. So I need to do something different with what I'm moving with this. Over here, in this article guy wrote, he's doing that way. Don't... it doesn't look like... oh, you know what? It's because center is increasing. It's not decreasing. That's why. Okay, this is a little too slow now. That's better. And I think... when he did this... yeah, he just did delta dx. We can check his... I think he had a dart pad. It might be because we're using the flex instead. Okay, this must be old Flutter. Because it's all broke. Okay, so I guess we can't... we can't see if his is behaving sluggishly as well to kind of get an idea, right? But I think what we could do to kind of fix this up... we need a couple things here. Does Flutter or Dart have... clamp method. Yeah. So we can clamp you. To, let's say 0.5 to 80. We can do the same thing here. Did that clamp break it, or is it just clamp breaks it? Interesting. Oh, I'm clamping the wrong thing. I want you to clamp that and then multiply it, I think. Still not great. I guess. Huh, even that's still too small. Oh, no. Okay, I'm an idiot. Not the width percentage. The flex value. So that we have but that pushes that out. Interesting. It's because this guy still gives okay. We have to get more. So maybe we don't clamp it here. If I take this out, it becomes uncontrollably fast, right? Yes. Okay. Do I actually want... pan update? There was something else we looked at yesterday. Yeah. Shush. Had other options. On horizontal drag update. As opposed to A pointer that is in contact with the screen with a primary button and moving horizontally has moved in the horizontal direction. Versus on pan update, which is a pointer that is in contact with the screen with a primary button and moving has moved again. We can try it. I don't know that there's any difference. Still very slow. So either we have to use something other than flex, or we need to do like an acceleration to it, a multiplier of some kind. The latter seems fraught with troubles in trying to get it lined up correctly. Oh, you know what? Did order of operations just bite me, perhaps? Let me reload just to be sure. Maybe a little bit, but not completely. Okay. So we've got a couple issues to tackle. One is that. The other is the clamping, because we don't want to make it possible to completely do that and break things, because it gets weird just like that. So two distinct but kind of interrelated trubs here. So what he was doing over here is he had a ratio between the two. And I was trying to make it simpler. Width 1 is ratio times max width. Width 2 is 1 minus ratio times max width. The 1 minus part, I don't understand. The minus, I understand, because the same thing we did, where if you're adding, then you subtract from here, and then if you're subtracting, it's adding to here, right? You could flip these, I think, and it would probably be equivalent. Let's do it just for fun, just for education. If we flip this, it should be the exact same behavior, if I'm not mistaken. It just moves backwards, which makes sense. You have to give and take to keep things all kosher, right? But the one part I don't understand. And perhaps I'm just dumb. In fact, that's almost certainly the reason. So if we were to do a ratio. My concern is that as soon as I move this one, it would make these change. Maybe not. We would need to do... In his example... ratio 0.7. Where is... oh, so 0.5. We'll go back to that since it didn't really change anything for us, I don't think. Yeah, it's more or less the same. I swear this is the right answer. I just don't understand why he used ratio over there, or what it really means, right? At a deep level, like 0.5. So it's half the screen. It's going to be a half and half. But that seems like a really awkward way to specify something, right? So if it's 0.5, then go back to here. If it's 0.5, then when he comes into his builder here, it's not even there though. It's in here. Ratio times max width. So 0.5, the max width, is the width 1. And then 1 minus 0.5 is 0.5 times the max width. Which is width 2. And if it was, let's say, (0.2), that's why. Okay, so 0.2 times max width, right? If it was smaller, then 1 minus would be 0.8. Okay. I understand that now, I think, kind of. We would need to do well, not necessarily. We can come in here, we can try we don't even need that one just yet. We just need left because we're still working just playing with left. We get them to wherever they are. That's fine. Oh, wait, hang on. Okay, yeah, that's fine. In this case, they don't divide. So his screen doesn't resize, so that's a problem that we have to tackle. This would become F ratio. But then this becomes a prob. We would have to like get we would need a center ratio. Yeah. We have to do that too. Then we need to, when we do this, we don't need these guys in here. In fact, we don't need those at all if we do that way. We need to change those. Okay, so I'm predicting that this will be broken here in just a second when we get everything set up. As soon as we start moving, it's going to break things, I'm pretty sure. When we come in here, we have our left flex, center flex, right flex. Super init state, and then we can say we're going to need to wire this all up to do this correctly, I'm pretty sure. And in here, we need to figure out. So we would need to do the late after build thing here. I don't think there's any way around it. We did that in, for instance, this. This. Finding instance post frame callback. Doesn't need to be async. I think it needs that. And then here we can say we do need to get our max width here. I think. Can I get it here? No, I don't have access to constraints. Crap. Okay. Well, we should have it though. Because this should be after the first frame. That'll be broken. I wonder if that's why he did the getter like that. Because otherwise... Actually, hang on. We can do this a different way. Because we have the flexes. I think this is divided by should probably do these in the correct order. I did it backwards again, but that's okay. Or not backwards, but out of order again. Get out of there. You go there. I think this is correct. Kind of. Oop, I just broke stuff. But interestingly, I rebuild this here real quick. So I'm off here on my math for where these guys need to be. But this works, but it's also slow still. Let's fix this first. I don't think we need this anymore. I think this is just max width now. Like so. Okay, closer. Ah, and that got, ooh. That got way faster. Okay, there we go. And it is actually, well, it's partially working. Maybe it was my division the whole time. That would be annoying, wouldn't it? In the sake of trying to see if it'll be more readable, I'm curious now. Well, no, because that would throw off. The point of doing this was to figure out basically the ratio. Because we took our max width and figured out what the base of this was and then multiplied, right? Yeah, let's leave it alone. In the moment, as I understand it now, this might actually be easier. Future me might regret that, but I don't know why that doesn't. Oh, because it's in the same file, maybe. I could pull it out, but it doesn't seem worth it. Maybe I will here in a minute. It would probably be more correct to do it that way. But then, okay, so we need to also do this guy. Gesture detector. He's got his child. On pan update. Drag update details. Details. So when we change you, we still set state, but we say right ratio. This one is minus equals, I believe. Dx max width. Same, but backwards. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was a little worried that it would throw it off, but I guess because it's rebuilding and because this is staying fixed, it's able to figure it out. Okay. That's cool. It's progress. I'll take it. Let's go ahead and pull out. We're going to put you in there. And then you can just be drag handle. Whoops. You were supposed to stay over here. This. That. Oh, because, yeah. Oh, because it was private. That's why it was, okay. That's fine. This is still fine. I forgot one of those. Left it behind. Okay. Okay. We now need to do the... Let's actually commit this really quick. I'm very pleased that we were able to work our way through that. Oops. And we're going to do... implement split view. That. Okay. I'm going to be right back and take a quick restroom break, and then we'll work about limiting these guys to a bare minimum. Be right back. There we go. Much better. Get my hoodie up today. It's a chilly night. I could turn on the heater, but that would make noise because it's got a fan. And a hoodie will do me just as well. Okay. So we need this to have a min and a max. And I guess we could... Well, we don't want to allow it to modify this either. So what we would need to do is we would have to it was interesting that he did getters for these. While I'm thinking about this, hang on. Do I then have to... Okay, I can get rid of that then. Can I get rid of all of that then? Let's make sure before I get too crazy. I can. Okay, that's an interesting trick. That's something good to put in your back pocket, right? The clamping though. We would have to do this. And then say... I don't think they're... Returns the num. Compared to... Valid range... And his limits that he set... So that'd be greater than 0 and less than or equal to 1. Or greater than or equal to 0. I don't know if that is what I want. There's no way, I don't think, to detect if it would clamp or did clamp. Apply boundary conditions method. Interesting. Not quite what I want, though. So I think we have to do this ourselves, which is fine. We just need to say here. Let's do a const for this. And we'll say, it is static, that's fine. I guess I can't do that. It's still fine, though. We'll go with his numbers for a hot second here until we can experiment just a little bit. Make sure I get these right. Yes. So then down in here, when we're doing this, what we can do is say, or actually we could probably even do, well, no, we'd have to do, I think it's fine. I think we can say, like so, if it's less than min, what did I call you? Min ratio. Why can't I access that from here? I put you in your state, didn't I? Split view, yeah. Oh, static can't be accessed through an instant. Oh. What if I just make you global? How about that? Doesn't really matter. So we'd have to check if you're less than the min. Actually, what I could do if this be true, well, okay, so the other thing, though, is if we don't set it, I don't know how close it'll get to it. I feel like my camera's all wonky here. Hang on. Let's move you out a little bit. That way I can think without being totally hidden. Is it good enough to bail out here? Let's find out. Or not, continue. Return. Otherwise, we set that. This should be outside of set state, I think. And then we also need to do that. Ooh. That. Otherwise, we set it. Does this actually work? I'm gonna rebuild just to be sure. Looks pretty good to me. We probably want to make the min maybe something like that. Oh, no. Get stuck if you do that. I guess that's probably okay. It's a little small, but you know. Let's go with that. I don't know that we really need a max in this case, but we'll go with it. In fact, what would it look like if we did? Yeah. Hmm. What if we just have a min that just says, hey, look, you can't be invisible? Or do we allow it? And just say, that you, you know, on your head be it. Nah. 0.1. Need you to rebuild because I just got myself stuck. I guess I could, as long as the widgets handle this intelligently. Right now they don't, which is fine, right? That wouldn't be bad. Because you still have a handle, you can still rescue yourself, get it out of there. But like, if you don't care, if you want to squish it down so that you can barely see it because you're trying to do something here, maybe we allow that. Let's go with that. We're not going to worry about the max. Max is going to take care of itself. But we will worry about making sure you don't go below the min, because that will break Flutter. Let's do that. Let's go with that. We do the same thing here. That's there might be a tidier way to do that, but we'll go with it for now. Yeah, yeah, it's I mean, that's right. I want. It's really good. I like it. Okay, so I don't think there's a tidier way really to do that other than like collapse these, which we could do. Yeah, I think that's. Till I can think of something better, we're gonna go with that. We're gonna commit it. We're gonna say event, or rather, set mean ratio to 0. Event breaking UI. Okay. Let's go with that for now. I think that means we're done with the split view widget for now, unless something else comes up. So we just need to work on the things in the sidebar. Let's fix this so that it sucks less. How do I want to do that? This is the template bar, so we'll start there. We would have to return a layout builder for you too, I think. Unless there's some... There's a view widget in Android, set visibility. Okay, so it's a visibility widget in Flutter. The view subclass is a Android thing. Okay, so what we can do is wrap this guy. So we'd have to do both. Let's say we do need a layout builder for this, right? It's here, it's there. Except for it, I need to do... What are you? I should have... Should refer back to this. Box constraints. Constraints. Oops. Constraints. That. Everything's perfect. Love that. This. We're actually going to leave that. I think. No. We're going to put you here. That. And then I'm going to say not view, visibility. Sorry, my bad. There we go. Now, this is going to be true. I don't care about animation. Maintain state, true. Visible is going to be I guess the max width less than, let's say 50. Let's give that a test. Can I maintain size of animations I might not maintained? Okay. Fine then. Be maintained. Okay, so it's too small. Ooh. I did that backwards. Greater than 50. It's probably still a little... I went backwards with that. It should be like right. $75. That refresh button is problematic. That's actually pretty close to perfect. If we get this guy to behave. But we should be able to do that with constraints now. We do this so I have a clean start there. So I'm gonna do in this stack. Oh, I don't need this anymore. Oh, yeah, I do need that. Sorry. I guess I can just say Let's do 50. No. 100? What if we did that? About 125. So, you start out here, life is good. If you... It needs to be a little more. That's the first thing to get hidden. And then the whole thing goes away. What if we didn't do... all these? It doesn't really matter. I'm going to put them back because I really want the state, I think, to maintain. I hope. I hope that's what I want. But that's pretty good. I guess maybe I could do... something else, like rotate a label or something. If it gets too small, it's probably fine. Let's leave that for meow. Let's go ahead and commit that. We'll say hide the templates frame if it shrinks down too far to be useful. And let's do the same thing with the tile data. So here, layout builder, and I'm going to try to remember. We need to return here. This is going to be here. At the end of this all, that. This builder is build context, context, box constraints. Yes, good. And we wrap you in a visibility. Which contain size true, contain animation true, contain state true, visible to 75 for you as well. And then the same with our, we don't have a refresh because it's tile data. Yeah, heck yeah. That's pretty rad. Pretty rad. hide tile data. Tile data widget if it shrinks too far. Okay, so good. It's like perfect, basically. Also basically perfect. The click target is a little big on that, but it's still probably fine. Okay. So I guess the last one we would do is the map tile itself, but I don't. Yeah, I guess. Map pane. Layout builder. That. This. That. You are build context. Box constraints. You need to be a return. There we go. Visibility. Child column. Close you off. Obtain size. Animation. State. Visible, we'll say. We'll use 75 for you as well. Let's see how we like that. Just make sure we get fresh screen here. Heck yes. If for some reason you want to do that, on your head be it. You're allowed. Okay. Keyboard's moving around again. All right. Hide map. Pane. If widget shrinks too far. Okay. We need to do some data work here. Do we leave ourselves any notes here? Okay, we're done with those for now, I think, is what we're trying to tell ourselves. So here, let's start assembling some to-dos for the future and figure out the path forward here. We're going to need a controller config object controller for templates. We need to put templates in template widget. create or add the add new functionality to the template widget. Ooh, we need to make sure that there's a drag. Would you like to run for me, Dartpad? Please and thank you. I don't know why Dartpad struggles so much. It's not confidence inspiring, but oh, there we go. Finally. Yeah, okay. Hopefully it will go outside of widgets. I guess we can find out pretty quick when we get in there. We could also do some other solution. It's okay. We'll figure it out when we get there. Okay, so we do need the add new, right? Then we need a config object controller for maps. Build map widget. Oof. Map widget is big. Map widget is complicated. Map widget is going to be difficult. But we do have to build map widget. After we do that, we need to build tile data widget. That's not really another to do. We need to put selected tile object in this widget. Build tile data widget. On click map tile set state in this widget. Then we need to tile data widget save changes to map. That'll be controller update item. As part of this, we need a model templates. A model for map. Two from JSON. Two from JSON. the tile data widget save changes to map. Template drag to tile data widget to populate. To do template drag to map tile to populate. And the other thing I need to remember in here, did I put the config file? Templates, we put you inside of here. And we did split connections and rooms up. Okay, so we need to, well, yeah. It'll be easier to work with if we split it up again. So for this, we actually need room templates. And also for connection templates. Which means 2 controllers. Like so. Then put them in there. Tab widget equivalents. Because in the old UI, we had tabs for rooms and connections. So we'll want to do that in the same way to keep those separate. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Hello? Excuse me? Come over there. There we go. Okay. So, I messed up that. Oh, I put a screenshot in OBS. That's not what I need. You go away, please. That's why it wouldn't drag. I was dragging it in to OBS. Okay. So. Lots to do in here, but that's the basic scaffolding for what we're going to do. But we're kind of closing in on the end here. And it's time for me to go to bed. I'm very tired. Let's just explore really quick the options. Let me close some of this crap, all of that crap. Work with tabs in Flutter. Let's read some Flutter docs. Tab controller, okay. Select the tab in content sections and sync. Tab controller. Oh, okay. That's not bad. tab bar. I don't know if it needs to be in an app bar or not. No. Tab bar. Content for each tab. All that good stuff. Okay. Might look a little different, but that's totally fine. I'm okay with that. A little bit. Oh, it's because it's in an app bar. At the bottom is a tab bar. Okay. Theoretically, we should be able to put that anywhere we want to. So I'm going to just let him ride. And then tab bar view. Oh. The children. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so this mirrors. So like if we were to say, if we were to flip this, like some kind of a lunatic. I think I have to rerun it though. Then yeah. See, they're flippy-flopped you now. Okay. That's okay. I don't love it, but it's okay. So it's definitely a thing we can do. There is some degree of support for it. So that's good to know. All right. Ugh, gosh, I'm tired. So I'm going to wrap it up for tonight. And I will be back on Friday at the latest. I'm going to try to get more time this weekend to do some stuff. I would like to do another couple more day streams. But yeah, for now, I'm going to go to bed. So thank you everybody who came through and swung through and hung out. We didn't have any chats today, but I saw people kind of filing through. It was good to see you guys. If you'd like this kind of thing and you want to hang out again and work along with me, then I'd love to have you. I do this thing a couple hours a night, 4 days a week, starting on Friday and ending today. So I'll be back Friday, and I'd love to see you again. I start at 8 p.m. Central. YouTube, you don't have a schedule because they make it hard. Twitch, you guys do. But yeah, love to see you again. And if not, then have yourselves a great week anyway. We'll catch you some other time down the road. Thanks again.